There's a lot of talk of that European Super League. Welcome back, guys, to Big Stevie Cool 1872, and let's talk about it. The cards are on the table. It was ruled unlawful. I've talked about it a wee bit on Folk Football, but let's talk about the Rangers end of it, because Celtic have rejected it. But what are Rangers going to do? I'll tell you what Rangers are going to do. They're going to reject it. They have to reject it, and Barry Ferguson is backing me up. I think most people, right, will want this rejected. I think this will be the death of like football as we know it, because yeah, I get it, a lot of people don't want us playing in the Scottish leagues anymore. They'd rather us in the Premier League. But with this European Super League, right, it's simply more than just not playing in Scotland. It is because the idea of this tournament is that Rangers, or whoever, doesn't even need to be Rangers, whoever plays in it, you'll be playing across the globe, and you don't want that, right? You want the fundamentals to stay the same. You want Rangers to be playing at home. You want Rangers to be playing at Ibrox. And any team of any club will want that. They will not want, their team playing these midweeks fixtures all across the globe, whether it be in Delhi, Sydney, New Mexico City, Tulsa, wherever, Barcelona, etc., etc., etc. I don't want that. Now, see as lucrative as it sounds, Rangers travelling the world. That sounds quite good. I know it does, but Barry Ferguson says, call me a dinosaur, but Rangers in the European Super League is simply not for me. It's simply not the best. They all talk a lot about protecting sport and integrity, but it's always about the bottom line. Then his best Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonation there. Cards on the table. I consider myself to be a natural Eurosceptic where the plans to create a Super League are concerned. So let's dive into the rest of what Barry Ferguson said. So my first reaction to Thursday's ruling in the Court of Justice was to feel a bit wary about its potential consequences, particularly what it might mean for the future of Rangers in particular and Scottish football in general. First thing first, there's so many money slopping around at top level football these days, it's hard to trust the motives behind any radical proposal for change. And if this latest proposal for a breakaway league, a closed shop like it was 2.5 years ago, then I, like many others, would not even entertain it. They all talk about protecting sport and integrity, but it's almost about the bottom line and who can get their hands on the most cash, whether that's the top brass at UEFA and FIFA or people behind the latest get-rich schemes. I'm not stupid enough to recognise that this game in this country would benefit from the huge financial boost which may come around by a changing result of the current status quo. So from that point of view, it might be worth exploring what the creation of the new Super League meant for clubs in this country if it guarantees a massive increased potential income from TV deals and that money is shared across the league, then it's certainly worth listening to. So he's essentially shot it down, right? And the problem for me is, though, if you join the Super League, essentially everything else takes like a back seat. And now, how much truth is there in that? I guess you could spin it in a way of, well, you look when you're in Europe with Rangers or Celtic or any other team that's going to join it. Does the league take a back seat to like the Champions League? So why would it take a back seat to the European Super League? Champions League pays so much more money than the Scottish Premiership. So, but Rangers and Celtic care so much about the league because they're competing against each other. The league's the bread and butter is all we hear about. And Rangers 55 titles, soon to be 56. Most trophies ever. Oh, but what about 20? Nah, fuck your 2012 Matthew Miles. Alright, buddy. I don't want to taint everything that Rangers have won, and I think most clubs across Europe will not want to taint what they've won. Apart from the likes of Florentino, bloody idiot Perez, man, because I tell you what, it's not worth it selling it for the amount of money. Like, because our game is already financially handicapped compared to the English Premier League with the TV deals going down there and your top 5 leagues, I guess. To a degree, we need to a degree because we're not. I think the Dutch league is in the top 5 now compared to the French league, and we're not a million miles away from that. So I can't say financially we're completely and utterly outclassed by the Dutch league. Even though, most of the teams in the league would be, I guess, to a degree, compared to Ajax and co. But then again, teams in the league are out golf compared to the old firm. I don't think it's worth guys throwing away all the history because that's what it is. You're throwing away all the history, but then if Rangers and Celtic get an in-fight, the problem is a lot of these other teams have rejected it. But we'll have to wait and see with the terms. I think this will always go on. Like if Barcelona and Real Madrid join this, right? And I think I've seen like Benfica and Inter Milan. Actually, no, Inter Milan have rejected. I think it was AC Milan that might have accepted the initial proposal. But if the old firm get this in-fight, I know Celtic have come out and rejected it, but I mean, they didn't get an in-fight to reject, I guess, and I guess none of these other clubs did. But maybe the old firm would think this is their ticket to try and attempt to get on par with the other biggest clubs in Europe, in the world. And maybe they would take it, but we'll have to wait and see. I agree with, but I don't want it to happen, but I don't think we're a million miles away from it happening. I think it will happen in our lifetime. I mean, obviously, if you're older, not like me, spring chicken. I'm 23. How many years I got left in me? 10 weeks. Well, I could see it happening in 10 weeks. Haha. But anyway, till next time. European Super League. What do we think? Do we want it? Do we not want it? We'll be back very soon, regardless. Because all I know is fuck the European Super League. It's all about winning what's in front of us, and that's every game until the end of the season, and then we pick up 4 trophies. So until then, peace.